Welcome to yet another episode with your girls also babes as we look at happenings in Cameroon post-elections. So my people, on November 14, 2025, the Ministry of Youth Affairs and Civic Education published a list of 79 young Cameroonians selected to receive motorbikes. Yes, motorbikes, because according to this ministry, this gesture will boost the economy. Yep, that's what they think. But today we must ask questions, right? I love it when we ask these open-ended questions. Is this economic empowerment, or is this another way of keeping Cameroonian youth stuck in survival mode? Let's talk about why so many Cameroonians are crying for real change and why this kind of support is the very reason our country remains stagnant. Yeah, in Cameroon, parents break their backs to send their children to school. Some of them sell their farms, their homes, their lands. Some of them go and take big loans that they can only pay after multiple decades. Yes, just because they want their children to have an education. And for the youth, you see so many youths hawking before or after school. They are either selling cards, empty and orange. Some of them sell scotch egg. They sell bananas, oranges on the roadside. Some of them have to go do jobs just because they want to pay their school fees. These children grow up believing, right, that education is their ticket to a better life. That is the belief. But then the government comes with its big deal, the big idea. After all the suffering, after all the sacrifice, the reward is a motorbike. A motorbike that is not a career, a motorbike that is not a profession, a motorbike that does not build a future, a motorbike that keeps them one accident away from a total disaster. Yes, let's be honest, this initiative is not empowerment. It is a consolidation prize for stolen dreams, for stolen votes. Yes, you spend 6 years of your life in primary school, 7 years in secondary school, 3 to 4 years in the university, all that sacrifice, all those expectations, and the system looks at you in the face and says, here, take this motorbike, go and be a rider. Is this the vision they have for the youth of Cameroon? Meanwhile, these same leaders, their own children, they travel to Europe and America to get an education. Their own children, once they graduate, they go straight into high-paying jobs. Their own children do not ride bikes. They ride in convoys. Yes. So when they offer you a bike and they call it empowerment, they are not helping you. They are limiting you. Let's even talk about the roads, right? Let's talk about the roads for a little bit. The roads that they're supposed to ride these bikes on. Cameroon has some of the worst, deplorable, dangerous, deadly roads in Africa. Potholes that can swallow an entire tire, mud that traps cars for hours, dust that blinds you. Okay, highways where you see accidents almost every week. And they want to put more youths on motorbikes on these same roads. This is not empowerment. This is risking their lives. Imagine telling a young graduate, your degree doesn't matter. Ride a bike on the deadliest roads in Central Africa. Is this the Cameroon we want? Is it? Why do they like giving bikes? Why do they enjoy giving out things like this? Why do they promote small individual hustles instead of real economic opportunities? Why? The reason they do this is because they know that a youth who is hustling for daily survival has no time to question governance, no time to understand political systems, no time to organize, no time to dream beyond today. All they care about is today. A young person in Cameroon who wakes up at 5 a.m. in the morning to hustle for fuel money, for food money, for maybe 2,000 francs CFA profit, urgent 2K, that youth cannot challenge authority. They don't have time for that. That youth cannot imagine taking over the government. That youth cannot fight for structural change. This does not happen by accident. Okay, this happens by design. This is the design. Because if Cameroonian youths understood their power, if they understood that they are the majority, if they understood that they can take control of their future, I bet you that this regime will collapse overnight if only the youth understood the power they have. So this called donation, motorbike donation, it sends one message. You are not worth more than a motorbike. But Cameroonian youths are worth more. I would love to remind you because you are engineers, you are innovators, you are creators, you are leaders, the future leaders of Africa. Yes, you are. But when the government refuses to create industries, the government refuses to build functional educational programs, refuses to invest in technology, refuses to create real jobs, what do? They give handouts disguised like supports. Motorbikes. A motorbike is not development. It is a distraction. Development is when a youth creates companies, not when he is forced to ride a bike just to survive. Development is when a youth writes policy, not when he is dodging potholes on those horrible roads. Development is when youths become decision makers, not when they are controlled by poverty. All they care about is what they're going to eat tomorrow. Imagine, I love the imagine scenarios because I always like to look at the beautiful future. You and I come. Imagine a Cameroon where youth run innovative startups, where young engineers fix our roads, okay? Young economists, they manage our finances. Young health specialists, they lead our hospitals. Young leaders sit in parliament. Young voices shape national policy. Imagine that. Other nations grow because they invest in their youth. But in Cameroon, the youth are assets that are never allowed to shine. They have a goal to dim the lights of the youth because they want to keep them crippled. Give a young person a laptop. Give them training. Give them a funded business. Give them access to markets. Give them political representation. Please, do not give them a motorbike. Please. So to you, the 79 young Cameroonians receiving motorbikes, it is not your fault. I do not fault you. Take them if you need them because survival is survival, okay? But while you do that, understand this. This is not empowerment. This is ceiling. It is a limitation. A reminder that this system is not built for you. And so the real question is, when will the youth rise to demand better? Right? When will they organize? When will they participate in politics, decision making, leadership? When? Because if the youth of Cameroon do not stand up, this cycle will continue forever. Bikes today, chaos tomorrow, poverty forever. Yeah? So my people, the future belongs to you. But it only belongs to you if you claim it. Yeah? And so, yeah, if you found this video valuable, please like, comment, share, subscribe. Let the world hear what is happening in Cameroon. And to the youth watching me, those of you who happen to see this video, your future is bigger than a motorbike. Do not let anyone convince you otherwise. And when we talk about these things, I love to bring in numbers because today we hear that the population of Cameroon is what? About 30 million. That's what we are told, right? That the population of Cameroon is about 30 million. I don't know the last time a census was done, but that is the number that we get. And of these 30 million people, 70% of them, or let me say approximately 70% of them, are youths. And when they say youths, they're referring to 35 and below. Come to think of it, okay? We are talking about 30 million people, 70% youth, so we are looking at 21 million Cameroonians are youths. Okay, if we had to even wiggle this number a little bit, give some wiggle room and say, no, let's not look at 35 downwards. Take it a notch up. Take it to 45. And maybe why not 50? Because 50 is still a good, yeah, let's make 45 to 50. So imagine that we add 10 years to the 35. That gives us 21 million Cameroonians. If we even added just the 45, forget the 50, right? I'll guarantee you that the population of Cameroon will be at least 26 to 27 million. Out of 30 million, 27 million of them are youths. Yet, these youths have no real say within the country. Come on now, come on. This thing is designed to keep the youths dormant. It is designed. But I keep saying it, this is an awakening. It is time for us to use our brains because we've gone past that level where they show us blue and say it's red. And we just follow and say, oh, it's red, even though your mind tells you that it's blue. We are done being fooled. And that is why when I make videos like this, my target is not that you come and watch it and go. I just want to get you to use your mind, use your brain, think about it. Ask yourself, what can you do for Cameroon as a young Cameroonian, right? How can you step away from passive participation, right? Don't just be passive in your politics. How can you be involved? What can you do? Of course, not everybody can be a politician, granted. But then, what can you do in your own capacity? You know yourself better than I do, so ask yourself that question. What can you do? How can you contribute in making sure that the youth gain their place in Cameroon, that we achieve this change that we are all craving? Do you just sit and wait for instructions? Or do you do something that you know that is endowed within you and that can have an impact? We cannot just sit and think, right? We cannot keep all of these ideas in our heads. We have to speak them. We have to act them so that we can have tangible outcomes. So yes, I call on the youth of Cameroon. We are bigger. Let me say you, the people who receive the bikes. You're bigger than motorbikes. We're bigger than that. So do not let these people convince you that that is your worth. Please, in whichever way you can, even if it's just talking about it, making sure that the people around you understand the power that the youth have. If it means participating, whether you want to start participating at your local level, at the municipal level, being part of, whichever way, I want to give you that freedom to decide, to choose what you love to do, what you know you're good at, because as I say, you know yourself better. Okay? But we cannot continue to be passive participants in our politics and we expect change. No. The people that have been there for 43 years, they will continue to do it the way they want, the way it pleases them, because to them, this is their future. So ask yourself, what is your own future? So it's today that you get involved in building that future for you and your generations to come. So yes, we must participate in our politics. Figure out how you as an individual can participate and please take action. Do not just nurse it in your head. Do not nurse the ideas. Make it practical. Do something. Because if we don't do something, we are going to be continuously insulted and granted and given motorbikes as our reward for being Cameroonians. See, I cannot even speak straight because this is not the Cameroon we want. Not for us and not for our children. So yes, that's all I have to say about this. Think about it. Do what you think, what you know within you. Use your conviction, what you believe is going to act as a way that's going to contribute to this process of change that young Cameroonians are seeking. Please, do not stay dormant. We got to do something. If it's just to speak, speak. If you can act, act. Whichever way. I don't want to limit you and I don't want to set you targets. You know yourself better, so do it your way. But do not stay away from it because every little step counts. One day at a time, we'll get there. And as I always say, God bless Cameroon. God bless Africa in miniature. God bless the continent. For now, that's all I have to say about Cameroon and about the 79 motorbikes. Stay blessed.